In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a seesaw activity with movable parts. And for this activity, I actually started in Google Slides with a template and added the movable pieces in Seesaw. Now this is what the students would see when they opened up the activity, and they would, the goal for this activity was for them to move the pictures and the labels to sort them by their vowel sounds. So here we had rain and then a picture of rain as well. So that's what the students would do. So let me go show you how I built that activity. We'll start with a blank slide in Google Slides. We'll go ahead and get rid of those boxes here. The first thing I did was added a colored background. So chose here, added a color like that. And then next I inserted a title. You can use the insert text box to work that way and change the font and the color that way in Google Slides, but the the fonts in Google Slides are a little limited. So if you're interested in finding a different way to add more colorful text to your activity, you can go ahead and use this resource. I know I've referred to it before. It's called Text Giraffe, and you just type the text that you'd like in the box, vowel team sort, and click on go, and then it shows you lots of different options for you to use for your font. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. This is the one that I had used before. So that's what it would look like. I'm going to go ahead and click on download logo, and then I'm going to click on, I usually use the medium one, and click on that. And you can see I opened it in a separate window. It makes it just easier to drag and drop over that way. So I'll put that in here. I'll go ahead and move it up to the top here. Maybe resize it a little bit. It is a little big. So resize it and then recenter it. There we go. And then for the bottom portion of the activity, I inserted a table. So let's go ahead and insert a table. We'll go ahead and work on the border for the table. So we'll go ahead and format the lines. I'll change the color to black. I'll go ahead and thicken up the lines a little bit here. Put that at 4 point. I'll fill in the boxes like that. And then we'll go ahead and make it bigger here. So I'll go ahead and stretch it out as far as I can. There we go. And then I actually merged these two cells together. That's where in Seesaw I'll go ahead and add the movable pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and format the table, merge those two cells. So the template's almost done. I'm just going to add the text in here to show the different boxes where students will sort the pictures and the words. So let's see here. We'll go ahead and make that a little bigger, change the font, and then go ahead and scoot it up a little bit here. There we go. Then I'll go ahead and copy that and paste it again. Move it over here. Switch that up a little bit. There we go. Good. And then we'll try again over here. Oh, let me try that again. There we go. Copy and paste. And then we'll get another one down here. Oops. Sorry, it's a little, I don't have it quite lined up. And then we'll go do one more. There we go. And then one more. We'll slide that over here. Okay, almost done. There we go. Okay, so we have the 4 different boxes for the 4 different vowel sounds. And then this is basically the template. So I'll go ahead and save this as an image before importing it into Seesaw. So in order to do that, we'll go to File, we'll go to Download, download as a JPEG, and then you can see that it's downloading right down here in my downloads bar. So now we can go into Seesaw. I'll go ahead and click here. There are 2 ways you can actually create an activity. I'll show you both of those ways real quickly. The first is to click on the Activities button, click on the Browse, and then right here you'll click on My Library, and here you click on this Create New Activity button. Now, there's a little shortcut. It's a little faster. I think it has one less step. The other way to get to that activity page is to click on Add, Assign Activity, and then it goes right to your library. And then you can click on Create New Activity there. So this is where we'll name our activity. So we have Team Vowel Sort. And then this is where we can type in our instructions. Now, when we type in the instructions, we're going to have this handy document ready. So when the students are looking at the directions, these icons will show up, and it'll make it easier for them to follow through with the activity. But this is the text we type in the directions section when working on creating the activity. So let me show you how that works. Now I actually already typed up the directions to make it go a little faster here. So I'm just going to copy all those and paste them here. And then you can see wherever I have these words in between the colons, those will show up as icons in the directions. You can add voice instructions here for the students. You can also add multimedia instructions or a sample. For this activity, we really didn't need either of those. But here we'll add the template for the student responses. So I'll go ahead and upload here. And then I'm just going to drag this right in here. So that's the template, that's the background that we want. We want that all locked in Seesaw. So this is just an image, so nothing in here will move now. But this is where I'll go ahead and insert the images and then also add some labels. So I'm just going to scoot this over a little bit. So I already downloaded the images I wanted to use in this folder. So I'll just go ahead and click on all of those and then drag them into the file here. And then I'll just need to resize those a little bit. So resize them and drag them over here. A few of them. Now the original activity had a few more, but I'm just going to do a few for us. There we go. Our boat. And then we've got rain. There we go. So I have the images, and those are ready for the students to just drag and drop when they open up the activity. And this is where we'll add the labels. So we'll click on the texting tool here. And let me make that a little smaller. Bring that in a little bit. There we go. We'll bring that down here. We'll click on these three buttons here. We can duplicate that. We can make another one. So we'll say rain. We'll drag that one over here. Duplicate again. We'll say hi. And that here. And then we'll duplicate one more time for we need boat. And boat. There we go. We'll scoot that over there. So now we have the 4 images and the 4 labels for students to go ahead and drag and drop when they open the activity. So we'll click on check here. And then we'll click on save. And then here you can see the activity is shown here, the directions are here, and then these are the icons that we included using those texting shortcuts. And then when I assign the activity, I'll assign here. The kids can look in their activities folder, click on the activities, find the activity, and click on add response. And then it will show just like this, and they can drag and drop the pictures and then match with the correct label like that. And then when they're all done, they'll check the tab, and then it will be submitted to their journal for a teacher to review and then sent back. So that's just one example of how to create an activity that has movable